anybody else who's been through a domestic violence situation, or anybody who knows anybody that's been through a domestic violence situation, I want people to know that they're not the only ones out there. She looks at him like he's the worst painter she'll ever know. He looks at her like she's his best canvas. They've never spoken beyond art. She only speaks in colors. Blue when she feels puppy lost, depressed. Green when her bloodstream runs envy. White when she feels more ignored than the background. And red when her painter walks into his studio. He only speaks in paintbrushes. Ironic how he only has two with invisible labels that read one size fits all. He's painted so many but reveals none, because after he finishes, he erases his art. She waits patiently until he's finished and covers herself in brown. Others shouldn't know of his works. Others shouldn't see his masterpieces. I've never seen one, but you know, at night, if I close my eyes, I can hear him at work. I can hear him lift his paintbrush and draw crimson tides on his canvas. She never drowns, he only paints in red. Sometimes there's hints of purple if she's feeling blue. He's one of many artists that never want to be publicized. He never wants his art in museums, galleries, and Lord forbid hospitals. His canvas rides my bus. She knows that I know that she's a work in progress. She never talks about it, but I can see it on her face. I can see it in her colors, and some days she misses a spot so I can see it on her face. 1 out of every 4 women will meet painters just like him. And you know, every night he paints his hardest. Every night he makes a masterpiece by breaking his canvas into pieces. She is his favorite canvas because although she may bleed, she will never, ever run. She will never show anyone the artwork that he has created, but yet she drops hints effortlessly. When her best friends ask her what her favorite color is, she will always reply with red, just like his. I wonder if she knows that she's not the only mural out there. I wonder if he knows that the only good kind of paintings belong in galleries. I bet you that some days she wants to hang herself, just so she can show that she's a painting. And other days she wants to hang herself, just so she doesn't have to be a painting anymore. The real question is, how many paintings will we look at? We turn our heads.
So what's going on here this week?
This week we're having an awareness week. We've entitled it, Are You Aware? Each day we had a different type of awareness that we were trying to bring about on campus. Monday was specifically for sexual assault, and we had a clothesline project set up. And then Tuesday was domestic violence, and we set up the Red Flag campaign on the quad. Yesterday was about drugs and alcohol, and we had a speaker come in who was a recovering addict. He'd been sober for about 6.5 years.
Wow.
And then tonight we're having a Take Back the Night event, once again, just to kind of encompass everything together. Monday and Tuesday nights we also had speakers from the Sexual Assault Center and from Home Safe here in Lebanon, and we're just basically trying to raise awareness about important issues on college campuses that people don't really pay that much attention to.
Why is it important to you to do this?
I'm a sexual assault victim from Cumberland, and I don't ever want to see what happened to me ever happen to someone else, and this is my way of trying to make sure that it doesn't, and to make sure that people know this is an actual issue that a lot of colleges try to cover up, but it's still going to be there, and we need to find ways to combat it.
So what's the solution to helping women stay safe and men stay safe?
I believe the best way is to just educate people and to make them aware of signs and the signals of specifically domestic and sexual assault. There's always signs of it. There's always ways to prevent it. I mean, parties, you just have to look out for one another, and that's really important, especially for females, to look out for each other and, pay attention to what's going on, because a lot of the time bystander intervention is the best way to prevent an assault from happening.
Are there a lot of assaults on this campus, or is it something that there may be and you just don't know about?
I know of 5 that happened. However, only 2 of them were reported to campus, police and security, and then to the other administration, which was put on the reports that were released probably about a month ago. So I know it's an issue that people are too afraid to come forward and report because they don't know what's going to happen to them.
Okay. Is there anything else I need to know?
I think just the most important thing is, like, this week I've worked so hard on it, but it's not really about me. It's about everything that I want people to see, and I want them to know this is an issue, and it starts with the students trying to combat it most of all.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so this past week we've done a bunch of sexual assault awareness, and I think one of the best people that we have on campus is Sam Mulligan. She's been a terrific student, she's a terrific friend, and she's done phenomenal organizing and planning this event. It's been a joy to have the opportunity and chance to work with her. She's a go-getter, and this week has really come to fruition because of her, and she spearheaded the whole thing. So I'm proud of her and proud of what all she's done to bring light to a hard subject to talk about.
Is she representative of the students at Cumberland?
Sam is, yeah. She's a leader. She's a leader in her sorority. She's a leader on campus. I know she's wanting to get involved in SGA. She's helped me tremendously with Panhellenic. We're just starting that this year. So, and she's a great student, and she's very reliable. So, she's one of the best students, I would say, that we have here at Cumberland.
Okay. What's Panhellenic?
Panhellenic is all the sororities. They join together, and it's essentially like a governing body and council.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and this past week we have had our Are You Aware Sexual Assault Awareness programming here on campus. We have had several different displays on campus that the students have put together. We have had several Connect events, which are little smaller workshops that our students get credit for attending, and we've had several students attend those. We're very proud of the students that have been involved, the work that they've done, especially Sam Mulligan. She's kind of spearheaded this whole program. She has attended programming in Nashville through our sexual assault. The Sexual Assault Center in Nashville had a peer educator programming, and she was a part of that, and this is kind of a culmination of her work throughout this past year.
She said this is pretty, Courtney said this is pretty representative of the students here to be able to take the lead.
Oh yes, we have, but as a freshman, Sam's really stepping out as a freshman to do that, but exactly, we encourage our students, if they have an event, if they have a programming that they would like to put on, we'll support them with that. And if they come up with the ideas and can do the recruitment and get people to come to the events, whether that's a fun activity or if that's an educational program. One example of that is last night, the Sigma Chi fraternity did an Alcohol and Drugs 101, and we had over 40 students attend that program last night.
So what do you say to students or to future students at Cumberland about the activities they can do here, sort of, and I don't want to make it sound like it's fun, but as far as the sexual assault stuff, what do you say to the future students, as far as, the activities are here for them to learn?
Prevention is one of our goals. And with it being Sexual Assault Awareness Month and sexual assault being a big topic across the nation right now in higher education, we are here to educate. We do want them to have fun. Like making the t-shirts last week was a fun event. It was an educational opportunity, but they also had fun doing that. But, we just encourage the students to be open to learning. It's an always changing world out there. And we're here just to educate them and to help prevent sexual assault in today's world.